Well, what have you and your team learned from Saturday's loss of UT
Well,
Martin?
we had Sunday off. Hopefully, we learned you can't throw the ball to the other team when they're a great offensive team. It was watch the film. It was kind of what I thought after the game. We didn't do a bad job on some possessions when we had a chance to play defense. They're a great shooting team and a great offensive team, especially in transition. Points off turnovers with about 2 minutes to go in the game was 37-2. You cannot do that against anybody and have a chance, but definitely not against an outstanding shooting team like them. We rebounded okay when we were locked in and we got a chance to play half court defense. We did that okay. Certainly not great, but not as bad as I might have thought it was initially. But at one point it's 18 to nothing in points off turnovers, and that's where their lead came from. We started off the game offensively. The first couple of possessions we looked exactly like we want to look. We got reversed. I think the first possession, ball changed hands 10 times, and then we get a layup. Second possession, pretty much the same thing. Looked really good, attacking, doing what we need to do. Then they can't get out in transition and get those open looks. So they weren't getting great shots. And then we started turning it over, and it wasn't. Just for whatever reason, we just threw the ball to them, to be honest with you, and they took advantage of it. Maya Taylor came in off the bench for them, hit a couple of big threes off turnovers, and then they go on, a run like they do, 9, 11, 12-point run, and then we started pressing offensively, and then we break the press and we rushed down and took a contested quick shot, which is not what the game plan was. It was break the press and then run your offense, because you're going to be able to get good shots if you run your offense. So we in a little panic mode. So hopefully we've learned that you can't do that. Now going into this game, we were one of the best teams in the league in turnovers. We were fewest turnovers per game. So hopefully it's an anomaly and it was just a bad day. But we'll get to work this afternoon in practice, and we certainly have to be better, because SEMO they play extremely hard, and it's a tough place to play.
Can you preview the week for us?
Well, I can preview SEMO. They play. I just said they play harder than anybody in the league. That's why they're where they are in the standings. They just get after you. It'll be kind of similar to TSU, SIUE, as far as how hard they play, and the way they are as far as perimeter shooting. They're a very efficient offensive team, but they're not Martin shooting 40% as a team from the three-point line. They do it in different ways, but the biggest thing they do is they just play extremely hard. She has them competing at a very, very high level, and getting they get the most out of what they have.
After fighting back against SIUE, against Tennessee State, and even at times against Belmont, did you feel like your team continued to fight against UT Martin?
I thought we played hard to the end. That segment halfway through the first quarter through the second quarter, where I felt like we had a lot of panic, and then I thought we played hard. I thought at the end of the game we were playing hard. We were trapping, getting deflections and things. They're so efficient offensive. We even tried to play a little zone against them, tried to change things up, and when we did that, they got offensive rebounds and they hit threes off the offensive rebounds. So, the way they made shots made it very difficult. But they're so efficient in what they run. If you zone them, they pick you apart. If you play man straight the way you normally would, they have different ways they're going to pick you apart. And when you put at least four people out there at all times that shoot 40% from the three-point line, it makes it very difficult. And, it's just a tough guard. They're going to score a certain amount of points because they've got a bunch of kids who can shoot the ball and put it in the basket. So, we had to make it as difficult as possible, and we didn't do that. Then late in the game, I thought KJ did a great job of competing late in the game, when the game's really out of reach, and we talked about making sure they understood we were going to compete. And, I thought we did that down the stretch. And, it's just tough to press them for 40 minutes because they're so good in transition offense and they shoot it so well once they throw it ahead. But I thought we got a lot out of, just energy at the end of the game. And if we'd had that for 40 minutes, and taking care of the basketball, towards the end of the game, we were also taking care of the basketball better, and maybe they relaxed. I don't know. But we took care of the basketball better, which led to more efficient offense, which led to us being able to get into defense early.
One thing I noticed about KJ during Saturday's game was that not only did she have the double-double, but she also had team highs in assists and also steals. And
right.
Seemed like she played a complete game.
She did, and she's a complete player. She's not shooting it as well from the perimeter as she was early in the conference play, but she can shoot it. She can do a little bit of everything, and we ask her to do a lot. We ask her to handle the ball and create for others. She does that. We ask her to play defense and guard the other team's best player a lot. We ask her to trap and create turnovers for us. We ask her to do everything, and she does that, and she plays extremely hard. And that's something that hopefully everybody learns from that. Kyra Gulich had a double-double. We had two players with a double-double, and we did some nice things, but to be honest with you, when you turn it over like we did and then you don't make shots, we didn't shoot the ball well. And I feel like when we shoot it well, which we're very inconsistent at, but when we shoot it well, we can beat anybody in the league. We go out and, we shot it poorly. I mean, it's just the way it is. And if you do that bad, I was talking about transition earlier, forcing some quick shots played right into their hands, that's as good as a turnover for them. We break the press and come down and take a quick contested 17-foot jump shot. The ball comes off the rim. Now they're off to the races just like we had turned it over. So we just got to be better.
Coach, it seems like Kyra has been coming on as of late, stronger and stronger almost every game. How big is her presence for your team?
Yeah, I mean, I wish we could get the ball to her more around the basket offensively. She'll go get hers. She gets a lot of plays off penetration where she gets easy baskets, but we need to see and get the ball inside to her because she does so much for us. I mean, she's sacrificing her body a lot, night in and night out, rebounding and defensively, and she does a lot of things for us that are not necessarily glamorous for people to do. She doesn't, and then we have her open on the post and we don't throw it to her. To me, but she keeps playing. She says something about it, and we tell her, make sure you call their name because they're not seeing you. But then she just goes on about her business. She doesn't get mad about it, but we need to get it to her more because she's certainly playing well, and, she wants to go out her senior year with a good feeling and wants to have a chance to compete for a title in the tournament.
Seems like you guys have been playing a lot of physical games lately, and with SEMO coming up, you said they play really hard.
Yeah.
Physical. What kind of toll is it taking on your teams?
Oh, I mean, they're I think our youngest. Oh, they're all 18 now. I mean, they're 18 to 22 years old. Surely they'll be all right.
Jasmine Borders, I noticed 42% from three range in conference plays, really shot it well for you.
Yeah, she just she's a player. She's got to learn be a little more disciplined defensively. And do what she's supposed to do. But, if her feet are set and she's open, she can make a shot. And, we need her to be ready to shoot, be shot ready. Sometimes she's not shot ready, but we need her to be shot ready at all times. And, we just need her to she could be a great rebounder for us. And we need her to go do that. But defensively, she's missed some assignments and, that's caused some things. But as far as shooting the basketball, she shoots it well in practice every day, and she has all year. She just, she's had games where she'll make 2 or 3, and games where she can't throw it in the ocean. So, it kind of goes along with everybody else, just the inconsistency shooting the basketball.
And on the three-point shooting, I noticed Leasia and A.G. Smith both under 20% from three range.
Right.
Is there a point that you pulled that back from them?
Well, AG's a player that, at the start of the year and everything, people have not been guarding her. and she has to be a threat out there. You know, she had a couple of games ago, I think she's 2 for 6. That's she because they didn't guard her at all. You know, and 2 for 6 you can live with. She needs to shoot open ones off ball, reversal, and things like that. Leasia was our best 3-point shooter in non-conference, and she can really shoot it. You know, we have to find a way to get her out of the funk she's in. You know, the other day she's 0 for 7 from the 3-point line. One of them was maybe a questionable shot. She pulled up in transition. She was wide open, but the way the game was going, you know, maybe you hold that one. Maybe if you had made a shot or two before that, you pull up and take that heat check. But we have to find a way to get her going because she's a quality shooter. I mean, she was shooting 38% from the 3-point line in non-conference and taking a lot of them. You know, same kid hit 8 threes against Evansville at their place. So, you know, it's just one of those things. We just have to figure out a way to get her going and you know, trust that she's going to start making shots because it's not like she's shooting it poorly in practice.